Hello. It's been an age. We have been so busy, just like all of you. Planting, hauling stuff around. Yeah, back and forth, community garden, the house gardens. We have the damage to deal with at the south side of our house. So we've been working a lot on that, which is why we have this thing here. Our heavy hauler. Yeah, it's like a little wagon. Yep, it is very helpful when you're moving rock mulch and flagstone. Anyway, that's another day. Today, I'm going to be doing two things. One, I'll just update you on the single seed challenge. And I'm going to get my shopping bags ready for tomatoes. Yes, shopping bags. And a couple of little window boxes for peppers. I'm just using these fabric bags. They're 98 cents each from a very famous Canadian supermarket. I've used these to grow mint and dahlias and all sorts of carry-on last year just as an experiment, so I thought, well, this year I'll do one tomato plant per bag. And the way I'm going to fill these is I'm going to do my compost mix in this big mixer hauler here. There will be ground eggshells, compost obviously, manure, and Epsom salts and bone meal as a blend. And then I'll just take a little scoop here and clip my shopping bag into a 5-gallon pail with a couple of binder clips. Sometimes you'll know these as bulldog clips. And just load them up pretty full, actually, because this is a loose, porous mixture. Once the water gets in there in a couple of weeks, when I actually transplant the tomatoes into them, it'll sink down quite a bit, so I'll have to top it up anyway. And of course, you do want these to be quite deep bags because you want to sink your tomato stems like quite deep. I will not be transplanting these out or moving any tomatoes out into the garden until around the 5th of June. We tend to have frosts in the first week of June, overnights. And since I got so many tomato plants, I am not going to be covering all of them. We'll get to that in a few weeks, and I'll show you how I lay them out and how I support them under the pergola. So I will get on with making my mixture up, and then I'll demonstrate just a quick filling of the bag. Yeah, and then we'll get on to the single seed challenge. All right. So in the barrel of the wagon here, I've got myself the high porosity compost mix and about half a bag of cow poop, well composted. Now, these bags are 15 kilograms each. They're $3 each, and so that's about $1.50 worth of poop. I am hoping that one of these wagons will fill 3 of those shopping bags, and I have 16 to fill. So we'll go through a few bags, and we'll see how it goes. You know, I don't have a recipe for any of this. I just kind of wing it every year, and I just kind of see what looks good. I don't even always use the same compost. It just depends on what you can get. And I'll be adding, I'll just add some eggshells in right now. Again, there's no recipe. I just blended a few of these up. You can see what a great job that does to cloud the plastic and scratch it all up in your food processor. Mrs. King, the long-suffering wife of Terry King, she knows all too much about that. So yes, so I'm just going to throw some of these in here. So that's about good enough for me. Throughout the year, we'll be topping up with more eggshells. I've got quite a few little cartons and things. So I'm going to be putting in some bone meal. Again, just kind of winging it. I guess a couple of handfuls, 1 handful per bag. and my Epsom salts, which I have left on the other side of the room. Sorry, one moment. There we go. So I get myself a little solo cup there. I probably use about a third of a solo cup if you're looking for quantities. So, and then we'll just get to mix this all up. And yeah, I'll come back and show you what I'm going to do to fill these bags. This is 5, 6, push it down, and a little more. 7 of these tubs will fill one of those bags. Here's one that I made earlier. So, if you can see that, maybe not, hey? How's that? Yeah. That's about how full I want these guys. You'll notice they have handles. The plan is to suspend the handles with string. There's a pergola beam, and the string will go over the pergola beam and attach to these guys, and then the tomatoes I will just twist up the strings. You'll see that a little later, but that's my plan. I'll also be filling a couple of these dollar store window boxes. I've drilled holes in the bottom, and I have lined it just with some paper towel. I got this idea from Prairie Plant Girl, and it just stops the silt and residue from draining out. So, as you can see, all of the bags and the boxes are filled now. The heavy hauler is empty. It's been cleaned. I put away my toys, swept up my mess, and yeah, these guys here are just screaming to get outside. Yeah, but I can't let them out. It's just I know we're gonna get a frost, so they'll just have to wait. But the bags and boxes are ready for these guys. Also, hashtag Single Seed Challenge 2020. Here is my Aztec chili pepper. See, there is a root coming out of the bottom, and I have chopped its head off on the 10th of May. So that was like 11 days ago, so we're starting to get some nice growth out of the top of that. So I'm going to keep this pepper separate from all the rest, and I'll keep you updated on that. Just one more word about the bags that I'm using from the unnamed Canadian supermarket. This is a large one that I used last year to grow dahlias in. It worked absolutely brilliantly, and I've grown mint in these as well. This is the large size. They're probably, I think these are almost $2 each, but they are reusable. These bags, you just basically fold them over at the end of the year, tip out the contents, and hose them down, and you can throw them in your washing machine. They dry. You can throw them in your dryer too. We're going to see how they go. One real bad thing about them is, of course, they're porous, so even if you pack them together tightly, you're going to have to really keep an eye on the water. But they are cheap, they are washable, reusable, and I'll keep you updated on how we get on with the tomatoes in them. And they're also black, so they will retain the heat for those roots for plants like peppers and tomatoes that don't like having cold feet. So that's it for me. Yeah, it's lots going on. There will be more frequent postings over the next few weeks. I've already planted all of the seeds in the community garden behind your backs. I didn't have time. We just had to go. There were some issues with staking the plots and tilling, and I'll talk more about that when we get out there. It's raining today, yesterday, and probably tomorrow, so I won't be out there for a few days. But yeah, I'd just like to thank you very much for joining me, and keep well and stay safe.